What's up guys? This video we're going to be going over how it feels to play a whole regional with the new time rules. And more importantly than the new time rules in the regional, that I'm going to show you guys the best way to play Yummy. More importantly than that, Yummy Cup C Deck Box. Available now on trifgaming.com. Wait a sec. Sorry. Cupsy can't put down the cup. That's right, my beautiful Yummy deck is in here. Make sure to get on trifgaming.com. These are actually incredibly difficult to make and take a very long time, as you guys can see by the awesome figures and details. So it will be extremely limited, extremely. It will be available only for the next 24 hours because we can't even make more than 50 per month. 50 will be available. If you guys don't get it after 50, next month we'll release it again. It will only be available today. Last time I released these Yummy playmats that they're not available at the moment. But these Yummy mats are 130 sold out in 24 hours. So make sure to get these ASAP. There's only 50 available for this month, but next month I will release it. I know you guys will love it. So with that being said, let's get straight into this new Yummy deck. But before we get into the Yummy part, I do want to say the whole new time rules. Originally, I was doing Yugioh dooming, saying it's the worst thing to ever exist. I was wrong. The time rules are fantastic. I just had a 40-minute game one with Steven Santoli, the second best Steven in all of Toronto at Yu-Gi-Oh! And it was incredible. I loved it. My biggest concern of the time rules is that it takes away from those epic 30 or 40-minute game ones we all love. That's skill after skill, turn 10. That was one of the best games of Yu-Gi-Oh! Probably anyone would see it. It's actually a shame it wasn't streamed. It was an incredible game. He ended up winning that one, but it was still, and game two, like we both are aware of the time. There's 10 minutes up, we understand that. So you're just playing so fast that it doesn't even become an issue. Then when it's game three, like you understand it's a thing. And with no draws, like knowing that there's no draw and no winner, both players are very aware. So they actually play absurdly faster to actually make up for it. And each round comes quicker. It comes quick. There's no more waiting for 30 minutes. What are you waiting for 30 minutes? There's no more he said, she said. It's either you win or you lose. There's none of that. There's no any of that stuff. So due to that reason, tournaments go by faster. It's the third round right now. I'm literally filming this at the third round lunch break because I'm going to show you guys the winning deck list right now. Well, I lost to Santoli, so I get second. But it's also Sunday football. I also might just drop and go watch some football as a true American one day. Anywho, that's what I believe in the new time rules. So let's get straight into the actual deck list. I want to show something I learned today that we need to go moving forward, and that's with 3 Nib in the main deck and 3 Retaliating C in the side deck. Retaliating C is the best card of the side deck this whole format, and I'll explain why when it gets to side deck theory near the end of the video. The main deck will be a 1-minute profile, just so you guys are aware, up to date, and how the best way to play it. And if you want to learn more about Yummy, go check it out. But it's 3 Cup C, 3 Cookie, 3 Lollipop. Yes, I literally purposely have 2 Ultras, so I could just go into my deck, find them, and remove it immediately from side deck. 3 Obedience, 1 Pot, 4 Engages. Don't feel fancy to remove anything here. Oh my god, I should play 2. I don't want to see 2 of these. Shut the hell up. Play every single card you see here. Unquestionably, you're playing the 17. If I see even 1 less, you're a bozo. Alright, so Nib is a concern of this deck because of how it conflicts with striker cards as well as Obedience, correct? But it's actually not an issue if the extra deck is built for it. I'll explain why. This is where Retaliating C is such a broken card as well, and I'll explain why we don't main it. But Retaliating C is the best card to play against the Mirror Match and against Draco Tail. And Retaliating C against the Mirror Match post side deck, let's say you Retaliating C. How's the Mirror Match going to beat you? Keep in mind you have 20 hand traps. They're going to beat you by going Obedience School. They're going to beat you by going Engage with a name. So when you hit them with the Retaliating C immediately, the Hornet Engage is no longer a starter. Obedience, they'll have 0 interruptions, so everything just gets banished or destroyed. Retaliating C is the god card in the Mirror Match, but no one thinks so because you can just go normal Yummy. But if they go normal Yummy, you're also siding in Perulias to make their Yummies dog shit that they start with. Perulia is only bad when they start Obedience or Striker. This is the idea, is hand traps are bad against Yummy unless they're paired together. With cards like Nibiru's, with cards like Charmies, with cards like Charmy, then a 1 link 1 level 1, you imperm and standby. These hand or Fualo's Ghost Ogre. You Fualos, they go a link 1 level 1, you Ghost Ogre the link 1. So when you combine these together, it becomes absurdly difficult. And let's say they have an out to Retaliating C, like a Kroki, for example. Let's say they start with Obedience School, you're Retaliating C, you're feeling nice. They go snatchy, place a croaky. They link to, they pop your retaliating C. You just search contact C. You just search contact C. And all their cards got banished. So you still win. So it's a retaliating C and a contact C. There's no better card. And then if the concern is to link it off, that's also why you're playing Nibs. Like the whole extra deck is now built to play those amazing cards that, like, you know what Nib does? Nib against the mirror means they need to save their cookie. Is any mirror match saving their cookie for the mirror, for the Nib? No, because no one's playing Nibiru. So you're able to take advantage of the fact that no one plays the card to destroy all their whole follow-up and everything. So that the way I'm playing this deck is post-side deck. You're playing a massive number of the Nibs and retaliating Cs because they're the best cards to pair with other cards and contact Cs. Even if they have cost sheep, it doesn't fucking matter because of all the cards that you're playing with it. Even if, like, let's say they do a cost sheep. We just went over the fact retaliating C is only good with the 8 spells, right? All right, they go normal summon a Yummy, cost sheep. You fucking lose. I mean contact C. Even if they play cost sheep, they then need another extender. Then you nib them. And then you search contact C because your retaliating C hit the grave. Like, it's so good together. But by themselves, they're pretty ass. That's the new way I believe the hand traps should be played. The reason why is the hand traps are poor against Yummy. So when you're playing Yummy hand trap, you have a poor matchup versus Yummy breaker. And some bozos are still playing Yummy breaker. Or breaker deck, striker breaker, whatever. So by being able to combine those hand traps to make it a better Yummy hand trap matchup, now you have the edge in the mirror. I know, I'm a genius. That's why I said to get Cupsy Whoopsie right now. The deck box, in fact, most likely by the time you're watching this right now, this is probably sold out. I told you guys there's only 50 available because this right here, we can only create about 48 per month. So you're actually going to be, one of you will be receiving this exact one because I'll be 49. So 49 are available. I'm pretty sure by now it's done. So you literally go down below and get it right now. This takes so long to make and so expensive to make, so make sure to get it. We have a lot of materials used for it with 8 different colors for the 3D printing. It's very detailed versus like just a no color one. It's a lot of work. All right, so that's the main deck with 2 surprise, 1 Akoki, 1 Mignon. If you want to see siding patterns, just go to my, if you haven't got the masterclass already, what are you doing? You're playing Yummy? Like at this point, you're committing malpractice for yourself. You're spending you're spending thousands of dollars to go to YCSs just to go what? X6? Or just spend $40, learn all the siding patterns and everything, win or top a YCS, get $1,000 of pricing, and get 20x on your investment. Get that down below now. That's an even better investment than the deck box, personally, I would say, because you'll get way more money back from the knowledge. I got $11,000 worth of pricing when I won the YCS, so yeah, it's pretty damn good knowledge. I'm gonna go over the extra deck quick, except I'm gonna save 1 card for last. Yeah, you need all of these. If you want to cut a synchro, Starham does come up a lot. I could have beat Santoli if I didn't Prosperity of Starham. Like Starham does come up a lot. The 2 Herald, if you want to remove the Herald for a Typhon, you could. All of these are absurdly important. Link Spider's dog shit. I explained in the masterclass how useless Link Spider is in this deck. It's literally a dead card. This card fits what it does infinitely better. But the card here, it could be Donner if you want, but Lizard is a lot better. Tiger Lizard gives us now an extra line through the nib and the retaliating C's that are such high value cards. Let's say Magnum was a high value card. We will play that as well because what we're attempting to do with the Lizard is draw into Obedience School. And I'm going to explain as well with the siding patterns afterwards. I am now siding 2 thrusts as well. So my idea is that with Lizard, let's say you open the Prosperity right away. Obviously, you're not going to do this. Prosperity in your 3 obediences is 4 obediences. Obedience is such an auto-win card. I can't explain. Like, going second, if you resolve Obedience and it's like, the opponent's like, scoop, it's over. It's over. Sign the slip immediately. The game is over. So, post side going second, when you have extra bodies, you're in some weird state sometimes where you're actually just trying to draw the Obedience. Hence, I want this. It's like a Obedience will OTK versus 3 interruptions sometimes. Like, let's say they have 3 baby interrupts. If you do the Obedience resolves, you win. So, the reason why this is better than the Donner, now it won't work for pot because if you have the pot in hand, it counts as an Obedience, and that makes sense. So 3 Obedience, pot, 2 thrusts, post side, that's 6. And now you're also able to get a draw to try to get that Obedience. I am literally ciphering through my deck to get the obedience, but the fact that this just leaves the board is okay with the nib. On top of that, we do have spot removal, but let's say you have troubles removing like a big ass token at like 8,000 nib token. You can just lizard, make it 0 attack. You can just like lizard, make their big monster 0 attack and attack. So that's a secondary effect that does come up. So lizard is better than Donner. I thought about Closed Moon and Requiem too, because after you get rid of your card, you could link one and then go into Fiendsmith stuff. It's not bad for the style, but this is it's really good to draw. I tried to draw if I could many times. It's just a free draw within combo when you have a plethora of cards. You could draw into Thrust for Barrier, etc. Now, I only have 2 Retaliation, but you do the 3rd for this strategy. So the reason why we're siding these is, again, you want the hand traps that pair with the Yummy match. You already have such a great matchup versus VS K9, it doesn't matter. You have 20 hand traps main deck, you put in these 5, you put in these 6, it's 26. You have such a crazy matchup against it anyways, that it's like, you don't need more. Now against the mirror match, you want your combination of these are only good against the Yummy spells. But now with these, force them to start summoning Yummy names. So by itself, this card's dog shit. I wouldn't even recommend playing it. But conjunction with the C's, it's very good. Now you're talking about Bell in conjunction with hand traps like this, or this, or this, or this, that all paired together. Where it's like you nib, they have surprise left, you Bell, they lose. You Prulia draw into these cards. You Koalos, they left for a link 1 level 1. You Ogre when they try to link 1. You or this and this, same thing. This draw into these, or you have the mini hand traps like Imperm and Veiler. Let's say you have like the mini hand traps. I actually side Veiler out specifically, but let's say it's Imperm and Retaliating Seed. Let's say the one play is a link 1, like link 1 full combo without going into any spell card. You Imperm it. Well, now it's like you have an answer to the first play. Their first play is stopped by Mignon. Now, if they do have a spell, obviously you'll spell first, but as like an insurance policy, let's say they do start with let's say they don't open a spell. Let's say you open these, you don't open a spell. This is like the worst pairing, but just as an example. Let's say they don't open a spell. All right, they normally Yummy. Go link 1, Imperm. Well, you already covered your bases by, they have no extender spells because we're not forced to use this. Even if they conflict, it doesn't matter. And then if they have a Yummy name, now they need 2 Yummy names, which is harder than you see. Mathematically, you should see 1, but you don't always see like the name Yummy twice. It's always like 1 Yummy name and like a spell, right? So even the worst pairing of the deck does something because they cover the base of what they do not separately. So together they cover the both bases. Now it's better when it's like this. Because now what if they do open 3 Yummy names? Thank you, you're drawing 3 cards. Yeah, I'll nib your ass later. So they work better together. And 1 out, 1 call by. Now, I'm still playing the 3 Solemn, however, they should, with the style that we're doing, there should be 2 Thrust and 1 D-Barrier. Because I want Thrust and Talents of D-Barrier for the versatility to have Thrust and Talent to be your 6 Obedience Schooled versus Draco Tail. Draco Tail is a tough matchup, and if you don't open the Retaliating Sea or some of these, it could get a little weird sometimes. So you just remove these 3 for 2 Thrust and a D-Barrier, but like, because they're still, like, D-Barrier is still crazy against the whole meta. So you have your 3 Solemn Judgment style cards, but Thrust gives it so you have like 6 ways to Obedience School while having all these like crazy hand traps. That's the deck. So to sum up the whole video, I love the time rules. I love the new style of the deck. Of course, it changes with Marshmallow in a few weeks. It's Sunday football, and my fantasy football team is playing. So I'm out of here. Alex, should we finish the regional, or should we watch some Sunday football?
That's up to you, man. That's it.
A tough choice, guys. Maybe I'm gonna win, and then watch some Sunday football. Let me know in the comments what you would do if you're first place in World's Points. Should I let everyone catch up? I'm already first by a landslide. Might as well, because I'm going to win Peru anyways. Thank you guys for watching the video. If you have not received this yet, make sure to get your Yummy deck box down below. And see you guys next video. Peace.